Greetings, programs. This is Wretch, and welcome back to Technobabylon. In the last episode, Sesame was able to escape from the holding cell at, cell, and we discovered that Baxter has been murdered, and the prime suspect is Dr. Regis. Looks like we have control of Lau this time, and we have been hired by Dr. Vargas, who's apparently head of Central, the head developer at least, to, I guess, try and prove, not really prove Regis' innocence, but find out what the truth is. So, let's see what's going on here. Her gear consists of wetware, a jolt gun, and a traveler, so there is a chance that we're going to see someone else in the trance this time. So, let's turn on the power and see what this is. Okay, Galatea, this is the case file. Dr. Lau, as authorized by City Systems Administrator Dr. Eduardo Vargas, please find access to the investigation's case files enclosed. If you wish to discuss the case in person with the administrator, please make an appointment beforehand. So we're downloading the case file.
Ow! Hey, what was that?
That's not good. We'll probably find that in the trance. Well, no, not really the trance. We just have the wetware. Regis. Max Lau. When was this received? Oh, this was received... That's interesting. That was received the night Baxter died. Max Lau, no attachments. Mindjackings. Dr. Lau, thank you for the summary of the so-called mindjacking investigations. It is evident that some of Dr. Regis' talent in investigation has found its way into your work, but please be aware that you need not also emulate his less helpful behavioral patterns. Edward Lau, please come home. Max, it doesn't matter what Mom said. I don't really understand why you did it either, but I'm not going to judge you. I miss you, and they won't admit it, but Mom and Dad do too. Please come home, Max. That city, that life, it'll change you. Eddie. Okay, so... Centralized... This is the mindjacking case. Centralized case... Okay, emergency logistics. Category homicide. Breaking and entering abuse of public office. Outline. On 11th of July, 2087, Dr. Adam Baxter was found dead by co-workers at the Vickerman Tatsumoto Telepresence Laboratory in the Northeast Network. Cell has been contacted and case officer Lau activated for investigation. Victims to date: Dr. Adam Baxter, former organic computing researcher for City of Newton, recently paroled from rehabilitation sentence. Suspects: Regis, Dr. Cell agent, spouse of Viksha Regis, victim of murder by Dr. Baxter, was detected entering laboratories on 10th of July 2087 and leaving 128 minutes later. Suspect Charles Regis has been unreachable and has historically demonstrated a high anti-civil behavior index. With such a strong motive, his apprehension for questioning is a priority. Lau assigned to investigate crime scene, Vickerman Pharmaceuticals. Well, that's just lovely. So, I guess we could always... call? Come on, Regis, pick up. I know you're not going to. Yeah, figured. Alright.
The desk terminals don't have enough bandwidth, so I made a few modifications. All strictly professional, of course.
Indeed. And I actually like the fact that we can now see this stuff from her point of view. Let's check Regis's desk.
Sorry, Regis.
Photograph.
A physical photograph. The team. February 2067.
The team. Nina, Adam, Eduardo, Gwen, Vicky, Charlie. Wow. And Adam's face has been scratched off.
Regis is probably the only person I know who'd want his picture on paper. I guess defacing a digital one just isn't the same.
Indeed. Let me look at that picture again one more time. See if there's anything in the background that we should be aware of. Nope.
Regis is...
Just making sure. You never know when something like that may come up.
She's expensive. I wonder if I can persuade Regis to let us keep her. Got to wait till the AI lab have had their turn analyzing her. Then she's all mine.
Okay, well, Lau, that's once she's out of the evidence locker. Go ahead. It is a semi-free country, apparently. Now, I guess we'll head to the laboratory and look at the crime scene. And there's Fulcrum Tower. That's where we want to talk to Dr. Vargas. Crime scene first, though. Vickerman Pharmaceutical Laboratories. Those are some pretty laboratories.
Wow, that's a lot of green.
Indeed.
Excuse me.
Hydroponics everywhere.
Great, they finally sent someone. You here to get the body out?
Maybe. I'm Max Lau, cell case specialist.
No kidding. I'm the lab director, Dr. Zvidzai Chigwa. Make it quick, I'm busy.
Alright, so...
What's your role here?
I'm the supervisor for the telepresence factoring labs. Most of it's automatic. I just make sure it's all running like it should.
Sounds like a big responsibility.
It's a lousy job most of the time. TP is where management sticks people they don't want in public-facing roles.
You're not happy with it?
For the last few years, my career has been one disaster after another. I'm just glad it's plateaued into some kind of stability.
Oh, it's like a master control job.
Can you tell me what happened?
Baxter got killed.
In any more detail?
When we started this afternoon, a whole lot of samples had been tampered with. We tried to call Baxter to find out what the hell was going on in the specimen bank.
And he didn't answer.
He didn't. Turned out the door to the specimen bank was locked too.
You haven't seen the body?
No, not in person, if that's what you mean. We got the camera feed online, but it was obvious that Baxter wasn't going to be coming out.
When did you last see him?
Guess it could have been Wednesday?
So he could have been killed any time in the past 3 days?
I guess, but it wouldn't fit with everything else.
Okay, so there's a lot of ifs. Smelling a lot of if coming off of that hypothesis.
What's the purpose of this lab? Plant studies?
Yes and no. It's a TP lab, telepresence. There's a lot of research that's not exactly legal in some countries.
But in Newton, pretty much anything goes.
Exactly. If someone
That music's kind of loud. I may turn it
research done on
down.
Something hazardous, infectious, or endangered, they send the orders here, and we carry out the testing.
What sort of research?
Mostly we make new angiosperms from scratch. That's flowering plants to you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Gee, thanks. Why would people want new flowers?
Sometimes it's a drug delivery method. The earliest commercial examples were fruit that grew packed with insulin. A lot of new wetware begins its life as engineered fruit too.
Must be awkward if they cross-pollinate in the wild.
And a legal headache. Part of our job is making sure the copy protection works.
Copy protection in plants? Ouch.
It is a dystopia. Oh, I can't access the screen. We're gonna have to finish this up.
Aside from yourself, who else works in this laboratory?
There's my intern, Martin Neester, operates the factoring line. If you meet him, it's easy to see why they put him in here. And until recently, there was Dr. Baxter.
Oh, let's go down the line then.
Tell me about Mr. Neester.
He came over from Eurofed on a study program. He's young. I guess we're all like that in our youth.
Good colleague?
He's all right. He got on board with that annoying Maladist trend. He knows how to follow instructions, so I let him get on with it.
His visa still active?
Dr. Lau, we do not employ undocumented illegals in this lab.
Just have to check. I'm sure you understand. Tell me about Dr. Baxter.
Oh, he was bad enough to work with in the 60s. As part of his parole, they stuck a governor in his head. Since then, it's like talking to a badly written synthetic.
You don't care for him a great deal.
That man killed Vicky. Frankly, he deserved what he got.
But
Bam.
you still work with him.
He worked for me. It was another part of his parole. Vickerman's management persuaded centralized government that his skills were going to waste in prison. The company wanted him supervised by someone who knew him. Hence, they dragged my sorry ass in.
That
What did
sucks.
you have him doing?
He organized the specimen bank. It's the kind of thing we could just leave him at for hours on end. Days, sometimes. Really, it could have just been done by the facility's AI, but I had to give him something.
Otherwise, you'd have to talk to him?
Exactly.
So the specimen bank is probably where Regis thought that the embryos would be.
You've got a keen mind. What's your take on this?
Hey, I'm not the detective, young lady. Know what I think? I think Regis did what they ought to have done 20 years ago.
Why do you say that?
Seems logical. We've got him coming into the labs on security, then we got him coming out an hour later. When we get here, we've got Baxter's corpse contaminating the specimen bank.
Anything else?
Well, something strange.
I like strange.
Since we got in, we keep finding samples that have been tampered with. Looks like he spent his hour here messing up the genomes of our specimens.
That quickly?
If anyone was good enough to do it that fast, it'd be Charlie.
You kind of forget that Regis is a doctor.
You knew Regis as well.
Yeah, I was on a research team with him and his wife back in the 60s. Baxter, too.
You've apparently known him a long time. Does this seem like something Regis would do?
Oh, after what he did to Vicky, I'd have strangled Baxter, too. I tell you, if he did do it, I wouldn't blame him one bit.
Do you think he did it, though?
I don't know. He was always kinda shady.
Tell me about it.
They made him do some real awful stuff out in the hot zones.
Such as...
Let's just say his escape led to a whole lot of people being jailed for war crimes.
Oh, wow. So Regis has some deep, dark secrets as well.
You seem preoccupied.
That obvious, huh? We found a couple of specimens that Regis tampered with in his hour here. So I gotta run through the catalog and dig out the backups.
Sounds straightforward.
Not when there's 11,000 samples to take.
Ew.
Oh, I could punch Regis for this. Though, I want to shake his hand for Baxter so it kinda evens out.
The thing about it is, I don't think Central would care about justifiable homicide.
What's been done to the samples?
He's used a customized viral vector to add huge amounts of junk DNA to their genomes. These are the last two I found, Medioflorens interensis and Linacia lawsonis.
May I have a look?
Do you think it'll help?
Just a hunch.
Oh, he put a message down.
Huh. Non-binary. Quaternary data string?
What do you mean?
My wetware systems are interpreting the genomes of these plants as sections of an audio file. He's used the DNA to store information.
You think so?
It's incomplete. The two samples only make up a third of the data, but M and L, my initials? This can't be a coincidence. He's left a message.
What does it say?
Not sure yet. I could probably construct the whole message if I can find where he's hidden the rest of it.
Safe to say it's in the other plants he's engineered. Here, take this. You can sample DNA from the plants around the lab. If you run out of sampling cartridges, you can reload it at this console.
Thanks. How long would it take to sample everything in the lab?
Oh, only a couple of years. We have over 11,000 subjects. You're better off looking for specimens that would fill the gaps in the clue he left.
He left another clue, too. He put the name on that single email so we know what to look for.
So you worked with Regis and his wife, as well as Baxter. Did you also work for Dr. Vargas?
That pompous ass? Yeah, I worked for him.
You don't care for him.
He was a competent researcher, but he lives for politics. Everything was always about making the world a better place.
And you don't think it should be better?
It's a nice idea, just not realistic. And what we
Indeed.
ended up making, it was actually never mind.
Kind of like Ozymandias in Watchmen. He wanted to make a good, perfect world, too. Or make the world better. The message. Any other samples you know of? Security? I think we're good right now.
Is that all?
For now.
Then if you'll excuse me, I'll get back to work.
You can go ahead, ma'am. Interesting. Red flower tree. So let's look at our traveler and check out our mail. Case file, case file. Oh, we don't have our mail. That sucks. Floating drone. A drone lays a finely controlled mist over the delicate specimens. Red flower tree. One of the plant specimens the lab's working on. So it's Max Lau. So not that one. Well, wait a minute. DNA sampler, genome data. Whoops. Yeah, it is Max Lau, definitely.
We're going to need to find where he's hidden the rest of the message.
Now, can we actually find out what the... Sorry, I keep on going back to this. We need to find out what's what.
I'm going to need...
So, can we use the DNA sampler?
I've taken a DNA sample from it.
Cool. Now, what is it? That's gene sequencer, red flowered tree, readouts, yellow. Well, let's go ahead and get DNA sampler from there. We still need to look at Baxter's body as well.
I've taken a DNA sample from it.
Okay. Now, anything else here? Readouts, red flowered tree, blue plants. Cool.
I've taken a DNA sample.
So we've got red, yellow, and blue. Let's go to the gene sequencer. No modified sequences
Looks like Regis
found.
didn't hide any data in that one.
Okay, sample B.
Looks like Regis didn't hide...
And what about C in the blue plants? Modified sequences identified, cross-loading it to audio data stream.
There's some more.
Oh, it's getting closer. We're starting to figure it out.
I'm going to need to find where he's hidden the rest of the meth.
Okay, cool. So, let's look at the
I
readouts.
have no idea what anything on here means. This is the kind of thing that'd take a cram course in trans ed.
Gotcha. Airlock, production lab. Why is there an airlock?
Warning. Security clearance not valid for access to Growth Lab. Vickerman Pharmaceuticals thanks you for your cooperation.
Uh-huh.
The way out.
Oh, okay, I see. So, blue plants, floating drone. And... can we head up this way? Doesn't look like it. So let's try the production lab. Look at that punker. First off, before we say hello, let's get some samples.
I've taken a DNA sample from it.
Okay, we took that from the red plants. Now for the blue vines. Don't mind me, sir.
I've taken a DNA sample from it.
I gotta see a close-up of your hair. Looks very cool. I don't know if that's spikes or strips or...
I've taken a DNA sample from it.
Okay, thank you, Lau. Now, let's talk to Neester here.
Hi there.
I can't not promise to avoid not doing that thing I don't do.
I beg your pardon?
My name's Dr. Max Lau. I'm a cell case specialist.
Only one parent quietly spat on the electric chair.
Interesting.
Can I get your name?
Wondrous all lies ahead. What would the future yet to come?
Okay.
So, he must be on some drugs or some such.
You're not making any sense.
I can't not promise to avoid not doing that thing I don't do.
Are you alright?
Utter nonsense loves to love.
Utter nonsense loves to love. It should be in a fortune cookie.
What's your role at this facility?
The Morrow system.
Uh-huh. What happened here?
The Morrow system.
I see.
So, that's
I give up.
Era of moral crisis. Punishment of evil. You may suffer from moral law.
indeed. So, toolbox.
I didn't realize that gengineering was done with so much tape and wrenches. I can't figure out what any of these tools are for.
Huh. There's the production line. There's the airlock out. We'll probably get the company line.
I never thought gengineering would be so industrial. It's like a factory line.
A lot of demand.
What time do we think
So let's try the pipes.
They look important.
With caviar.
All right, I won't touch them.
Yeah, whipped caviar. Holy crap.
Oh god, what a mess.
Couldn't have happened to a nicer guy, pending that Baxter's the one who did everything. Rail drone. What's left of Baxter? That's actually depending if that's Baxter. We gotta remember that. That might not be. If he doesn't have a head, then there's no way to identify him right now.
It's a drone that runs back and forth on rails. Must be what they use to store and retrieve samples in here.
Okay. Oh, that's gonna be a horrible puzzle, I can already tell.
It looks like it's controlling the sorting drones on the racks.
Okay. Let's take a look at the body.
Update Central.
What is the situation, Dr. Lau?
Dr. Baxter is certainly dead. He's been decapitated, and not cleanly either.
His head has been removed.
More like destroyed. At a glance, this would be the most likely cause of death.
You think? So he got kingpinned. Props if you get that reference and have watched the Daredevil series on Netflix. So what else can we see here? We've got the body. Wait a minute. The DNA sampler.
I haven't examined the body properly yet.
Oh, okay, fine.
Nothing unusual found on the body, Central. Estimation on time of death?
The climate control in the specimen lab is compromising your sensors. Ambient temperature is just above freezing. What is your estimation of the incident, Dr. Lau?
There's too much we can't say for sure. We don't know precisely when Baxter was murdered. We can't even be sure that this was the cause of death.
That is a fair assessment. A clearer picture will no doubt follow the autopsy.
Don't send in anyone yet. I still need to carry out a preliminary.
I understand. Continue your investigation of events surrounding the incident.
Understood. Lau out. I hope I can find something to get Regis off the hook.
Maybe a Highlander? So, I have a theory, and this may be potentially horrific, but let's get out of here and head to the gene sequencer and get the info on all of these plants here inside. See if we get any more of the message. No modified sequences.
Looks like Regis didn't hide any.
Nope.
Looks like Regis didn't hide any data in that one.
Okay, what about sample C? We had good luck with that one.
Looks like Regis.
Okay, no new data found. Okay, well, that means that the sequencer is now empty. And that's what we need to see. So let's head in here, and I want to use the sequencer on the body. Because yeah. The sampler has not been calibrated for animal DNA recovery. If you believe this to be incorrect, please consult your lab manager. Ah, well, that was worth a shot.
Update Central.
What is your...
Oh,
We
crap.
don't know. We
Sorry.
can't. Don't. I understood. I hope I can find something.
So, let's genome data, the photograph, the wetware, the jolt gun, the traveler. Let's look at the seed bank console. Storage. And wow, that is a lot of them. Max Lau. Cabbage. So, what do we have currently in the sequence? MLA. Okay, thank you.
I'm going to need to find where he's hidden.
Let's use the rail drone. Send it somewhere else. Is empty. No samples have been taken from storage. Fair enough. Okay. So, Max Lau. Definitely need to get that one.
The biohazard trefoil on these isn't encouraging.
No, it's not, but it's okay.
It won't take a DNA sample from the growth matrix. Maybe it needs a bigger specimen? What is this stuff? Better trans up some data on it.
One of the only known example of extraterrestrial life, X. Tizardi was first discovered on Tizard's Comet in 2055 by the ART-3 survey probe mission. Similar in many respects to terrestrial fungi, this is believed by some to be an example of convergent evolution and panspermia by others. I've never heard that. In any case, its extremely rapid growth in Earth's atmosphere poses severe ecological risk. While it's highly sought after for study, samples are closely controlled, posing an obstacle to research. To prevent accidental germination, this organism is stored as a growth matrix, growing only in carefully controlled laboratory environments. This helps to reduce the risk of what some have termed the most mundane alien invasion imaginable. Sounds fun. So, let's see if we can grow it. So we will head over here. Or to the dome, I'm sorry. And we've got some ground here. Let's try this on the floating
The
drone.
growth matrix won't start in that.
Aw, worth a shot. Blue plants. Readouts, red flower tree. Interesting. Well, alright guys, well, it looks like we're going to be doing some germination and a little bit of botany in the next episode. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. If you liked the episode, go ahead and click like down below, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment, that'd be a big help, and we'll see you next time. Later days, everyone.